I really enjoyed Doom. The non-stop, heart-pumping, action-packed, fast-paced elimination of the demon horde. Doom and Doom Eternal were amazing to play through start to finish. And I've got a confession to make. I am in my 30s, and I've been playing on PC since I was a kid. But whether it be on computer, console, handheld, or calculator, I have never played the original Doom. Doom 2016 was actually my gateway into the series. Of course, I knew about it. It's kind of hard not to. It was a pretty big deal. I've watched my friends play it. I've watched streams and YouTube videos about it. I've even played games inspired by it, or even games made with its engine. But not once did it ever cross my mind to just be like, let's play Doom! Until now. Doom originally released on MS-DOS in December of 1993, which is the version I'll be playing today. And then, oh my god! Yeah, this game has been everywhere. Developed and published by id Software. And I went into this kind of wanting to experience the game like it was back then. I have Doom on Steam, and it allows you to play the 1993 version on DOSBox. I'm not exactly sure if this is the authentic experience, but in the end, I think this version did just fine. So I have to start this with talking about the controls. It's a first-person shooter. I've played plenty of first-person shooters. So naturally, my first instinct was to move the mouse, and then Doom Guy moved forward. Oh, that's right, you can't look up and down in this! Oh god, you can't look up and down in this. I gotta say, that really messed me up. Not gonna lie, it was a big negative for me against the game, until I got used to it, which surprisingly didn't take long. To be fair, with all that armor on, it's not a shock he can't move his head very well. But yeah, getting used to the auto-aim was kind of weird. At first, if I saw an enemy below me, I'd instinctually move the mouse down and fall off the platform I was standing on. I've also heard that some people played this game with just the keyboard, and hats off to you. You are far more gamer than I will ever be. I had to adapt a bit further because, of course, moving the mouse left to right would still occasionally make me move back and forth. But in the end, I learned to either compensate or to move the mouse more precisely, which in the end just made me feel like a badass. You know what? This is a first-person shooter. Let's talk about the shooting, namely the guns that the game has to offer, since I've already covered the auto-aim. Things start off a bit tame. You get a pistol to start. Of course, it's your starting weapon. It's a bit slow, it's a bit weak, but it is more than enough to deal with the early game enemies. Then you get the shotgun, and all hell breaks loose. Well, I mean, that's technically already happened, but now you have a way to deal with it with ease. The shotgun in this is just so good. It is easily the weapon I came back to the most in the entire game. Doom has quite a few difficulty modes, and I was playing on what I think was medium, which honestly I think was a good balance for me. Some of the later levels still hurt, and I can't imagine them on a harder difficulty, though I might go back one day. This is all just me building up to say that the shotgun was able to take care of a lot of the mid-tier enemies in 2 to 3 shots. Next is the chain gun, and if you don't count the starting pistol, this is actually the weapon I used the least, because if I didn't need a big fuck-off weapon to shoot something huge, I would default to the shotgun. So really, the chain gun was just left as the if I've run out of options option. Then we get into the big boys, the rocket launcher. And I mean, really, do I need to say much? This has amazing destructive power. I would know, considering I blew myself up a few times. Next up is the plasma rifle. Honestly, I think that this is my favorite weapon in the game. Like, I will praise the shotgun, but in terms of top tier fun to use, it's satisfying, it destroys the enemy really well. I like the sounds, the visuals, it is amazing. And then of course you have the BFG 9000. Obviously the rarest and most powerful hitting weapon. This thing can eliminate an entire room of demons with a single shot. And I only used it very rarely because I didn't really pick it up ever. But the satisfaction in seeing a bunch of demons all fall at once, mwah. Oh yeah, I guess you've also got the chainsaw. It's basically just an extension to your fist, which is also an option as a weapon. That's the, oh god, I've run out of ammo option. I will say the chainsaw does have a benefit of making the enemy flinch a lot, which did tend to be useful in tight corridors. You can find all of these weapons in the game's many levels. 4 chapters with about 8 levels each. I believe there's a secret level for each chapter, but I never found it. At least not in the way that you're meant to. And these levels can vary in size and style. There are certainly some stages that will last longer than others. Very rarely did I find any stages that would make me wish it was over already, but I certainly got lost in a few of them. Yeah, it turns out that Pits of Hell can be rather abstract and hard to navigate. Not only that, but oh my god, the amount of hidden stuff in this game. The walls you will be humping trying to get any little crumb of a secret. And even when I thought I did pretty good, I found a lot of secrets, the game's just like, nah, bro, you didn't find shit. It's no wonder I never found the BFG 9000 very often. Didn't think to shove my face in a wall, do a sweet backflip, all while doing Naruto hand signs to reveal the secret passage. And I know now that it's not that bad. I should be mostly looking out for discolorations in the walls or fairly obvious dead end points. I just didn't feel like smashing my face against every existing wall ever. Overall, the levels were great, and while I can say that I did enjoy the game's many set pieces, tile sets for each area, I don't find myself being able to really pick a favorite level. There are definitely some moments that stand out more than the rest, but I don't think there's one particular stage that's going to be like, oh yeah, that's the one. On the flip side, I didn't really have a level I disliked either. Well, I do have what I felt was the worst level for me, and that would be Mount Erebus. Whereas most of the stages have some sort of progression or direction, this one is just a box with stuff in it. Multiple buildings to explore with entrances not always at the front, confusing teleporters. I even think one of the secrets is needed to progress. I just got lost in this stage a lot. And while I will say I didn't dislike it, it is certainly the stage I had the least fun with. Though to be fair, it does have a lot of set pieces that allow you to just mow down a bunch of enemies. And something I did want to bring up, I think that Doom would have benefited from just a few more demons. We have 6 core enemies. Zombie Man, just zombie man, he shoots. Zombie man with shotgun, he also shoots. The Imp, he casts Fireball into the darkness. Pinkies, these large charging boys that will give you a chomp. Spectres, which are basically just pinkies but invisible. Lost Souls, the floating flaming skulls. And Cacodemons, which are these floating spheres of hatred. So a nice handful of enemies. But a lot of them get introduced pretty quickly, and that's all you see in the game, sort of. That's why I'm calling them the core enemies. At the end of each chapter, there is a boss, a demon far more powerful than anything you've seen in the levels up to it. Hopefully stocked up with enough guns and ammo to face the strongest enemies hell has to throw at you. And after a long fight, they become normal enemies. So yeah, technically there are 8. And while a majority of the enemies feel different and play different, near the end it does start to feel a bit samey. The final boss was pretty cool though, the Spider Mastermind. In all my time watching Doom, I legitimately forgot that this was an enemy, so it was kind of nice, kind of like a surprise, like, oh shit, it's this! And I know for a fact that my complaint of lack of enemy types won't be the same for Doom 2. And honestly, I feel like me playing that is inevitable, because overall, I really enjoyed this. I feel like I knew I would anyway, but it felt much better actually doing it. Like, I really enjoyed my time with it from start to finish. It made me genuinely just feel like continuing to play. When I would stop to do something else, I had an itch to go back. And by the end, making me crave more and honestly looking forward to the second. But hey, I still have a lot of options when it comes to the original Doom. There are a ton of ways to play this game. Tons of standalone systems that try to get the most authentic Doom experience on your current generation PCs. Or you could use Z or GZ Doom. And from now on, if I'm going to play it again, this is probably how I'm going to do it. I'm actually very happy that I played the original DOS version, and I appreciate what it has to offer for its time. But I'm just so used to the way certain things are nowadays that GZ Doom helps bridge the gap. Widescreen support, being able to look in all directions, an absolute metric ton of options to change. You can even turn off mouse look if you want a more original experience. Crouching and jumping, which can break things as you might expect, but you also get access to the wonderful world of Doom Wads. These can be anything as simple as custom levels, maybe something to recreate your house in, to completely changing the Doom experience. Now, I've only played a few of these. A nice chunk of them I'm saving for when I actually get around to playing Doom Doom 2, but I'll quickly go over the 2 I played. Though you likely see this first one coming, when it comes to first-person shooters, I am more used to modern things. And that is what Brutal Doom aims to provide. Oh yeah! I like this. They have ramped up the guns to sound good, to look good, to feel good. The demons knew rip and tear, but now they shall know brutality. Of course, this does bring in some more modern mechanics like reloading and iron sights, but the guns and enemy AI have been upgraded and enhanced with a new coat of blood-splattered paint. And with that in mind, I believe this does work for both Doom 1 and 2 since it doesn't change anything about the levels fundamentally. I can imagine putting on your favorite metal track, playing your favorite levels, or levels you know a lot of enemies will come in. Yeah, that's a fun way to spend an afternoon. I know for a fact there's quite a lot more under the hood that's different for Brutal Doom, but I don't know too much about the finer details, so I would encourage you go and take a look yourself if you're interested. That being said, what if you enjoyed Brutal Doom but wished things were just even more extreme? Oh, if you know, you know, and if you don't know, strap in. This is gonna blow your mind and hurt your eyes. While not as gory as Brutal Doom, Russian Overkill, well, it decided it wanted to do this. I don't think you understand how appropriate the name is, because as you play, every single weapon you get beyond the first, you go, that's a bit overkill. Oh, that's a bit overkill. Oh my god! Did I just summon 4 shotguns? And every time I'm like, it can't get more insane, can it? Oh. It is actually a joy to play through this game, even if half the time the screen's shaking or it's too bright to see what's going on. Just because I'm so eager to know what is next, what weapon will escalate this further. Rocket launcher so powerful you can leap with it. This is how I got to that secret level, by the way. And I'm fairly sure that I haven't even seen half of the weapons available. Like, if you use the cheat to give you every weapon, I actually think it's based on the character type you pick at the beginning, which continues to give me a reason to go back to this just to see what other insanity waits for me. The stuff I'm actually showing you is fairly early into the game, and let me tell you, the late game stuff is actually ridiculous. In fact, I'm gonna put like a mini montage in here of some of the big stuff. Believe me, if this looks up your alley, you are going to have a huge grin on your face the entire time. And I know for a fact I'm going to be playing through the game like this again. And when all is said and done, there is one final thing I wanted to say. I lied to you! This isn't the first time I've played Doom. The first time I've beaten Doom? Yes. But years ago, before all of this, I did dabble in the Super Nintendo version. Unfortunate, I know. This version was released in September of 1995, and wow, what an absolutely awful way to play this game. Obviously, the easiest thing to point out is the visuals. Everything looks like a pixelated mess. Playing at like 5 FPS, maybe 3 when things get busy. Now, I'm sure on a technical level, this is probably pretty impressive. And to further prove that Doom could run on anything, even back then they were doing it. On a Nintendo system. Whoa, Nintendo, there's like a whole blood pixel there. Like, you can't do that. I'm gonna cancel you on Twitter. No, wait, sorry. Gotta get with the times. Cancel you on X. The Super Nintendo version obviously suffers from a lot of things. But hey, back then, if this was the only way to get your Doom fix, then I hope you enjoyed it. Especially considering there was like no way to save. You were only getting 22 levels. And honestly, anything beyond that, I don't know, because I didn't feel like giving this game any more of my time. Hey, I played for like 5 levels. That's more than I thought I was going to. So yes, technically I did play this one before I played the PC version, but I only got to level 2 and realized, no. wow, I can't believe it took me that long to play Doom. Like, I can appreciate now what this game did for the genre and for the video game industry in general. So, I'd love to know what you think about Doom as well. Are you old enough to have played the original when it came out? Or maybe you've gone to seek it out more recently? And also, if you have any Doom WODs to recommend. But those were my thoughts on the original Doom. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time. Thank you for watching this episode of Pixelated Memories. And of course, thank you to everyone who has supported me, whether it be monetarily or engagement. Everything helps, and I appreciate it all. And hey, if you're a PC enthusiast, I've done quite a few videos on PC and DOS games. Why not check out one of the videos above? Hey, that's 2 videos this year. That's breaking my record for a while. You want to subscribe and see if I upload again? Or maybe just give the video a like? That'd be nice too, please. Alright, thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you next time.